It's not Old Trafford, but it's all right, you know what I mean?
Can't wait, you know. Halftime shows are crazy.
You know, a huge thank you to everybody over here in the UK who makes it such a special event for us.
Once I get that wheels are up, I'm like,
It was something, if you weren't there, you're gonna get a ticket, because next year you don't want to miss anything like that.
We can now delightedly tell you that there will be NFL regular season games returning to the UK this autumn.
the fans, they come to the stadium and they'll see just the football match. But in order for us to have this team here, there's certain things that need to be in place.
It's game day. Let's go, baby! Send the team, music, go!
It's huge when the NFL comes to town. What they have to do to travel to get here, how they have to organize, how they have to be prepared. It's a massive operation.
And then doing all of that even before a ball is kicked in the stadium.
How's the vibe over there, Melissa?
We are outside the state-of-the-art Tottenham Stadium because, as you said, football is back.
The players are about to ride through this tunnel, so that'll really nail the excitement.
Welcome to London. It is really a pleasure to be here. What a stadium, what an environment. Ryan throwing, corner of the end zone, touchdown! The rookie Kyle Pitts, his first NFL touchdown. Ryan throwing, got his man at the 5, touchdown, Hayden Hurst. That's the end of the first half with the score, the Falcons 20 and the New York Jets 3.
So this year we focused a lot on using the qualities and the technology in the stadium when it came to our pregame presentation, but then also our halftime show. So we had H perform for our first game.
Jeez! It's not Old Trafford, but it's all right, you know what I mean? I only done one festival this year, I just done Reading and Leeds, so this would literally be my second show. I've fought for the past 2 years, so yeah, it's going to be sick, I can't wait. 70,000 as well, big crowd, lit.
So I'm going to start on your picture there,
yeah.
and in that 6 seconds come down to both of you,
yeah.
and then someone will give you a mark at 20 seconds. And if you start going, I'm going to go head to toe, so you get your name in the background, and then I'm going to push into about a mid-shot as we go down the corridor.
So let's try it.
Let's do it. Let's do it, let's do it, let's do it.
Hello, NFL. Today's the day. I'm feeling good, I'm feeling prepared. Come out, shell it. If you don't know what shell it means, if you're watching from America, shell it means just perform well. And I'm done.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
He was very excited to do NFL, so this really played off his enthusiasm. And he held the show. He did it by himself. I think he really carried it, and I think he did a great job for us.
Johnson walks into the end zone. His first touchdown of the season. On second and goal, Davis looking for the goal line and pushing, and the Falcons have a touchdown. Matt Ryan, what a superb day at quarterback for the Atlanta Falcons as they improve 2-3 on the season, while the Jets fall to 1-4.
I feel good every time I come out here, man. And, you know, just for all these fans come out here, man, and you know we enjoy them. You know, each and every time we come out here, we just gotta appreciate them. I love it out here.
The Falcons and the Jets. It was a great game. It was a great game for us. It was a great game on the field. Teams had a great experience, and I think the fans had a great experience as well.
I've done this twice. I've been able to come over here and play here twice, and it's always a special event. And you know, a huge thank you to everybody over here in the UK who makes it such a special event for us.
Sunday was amazing. It was a truly special day, and really excited for this Sunday.
So when you have that first game and they exit after that game and then the next lot come in, it really is very, very intense, and the organisational parts of it are huge.
The beauty of the NFL is that it entertains you from beginning to end. Before the game starts, as soon as it's kicked off, at halftime, and even the end, it's constant entertainment. And that's what we provide. That's what makes the sport so unique and special.
This game allows us to engage the fans more and keep them involved. We don't want them to be a spectator, we want them to be a part of the game. And that's very important for us as we develop the show. The fans enjoy everything we do. They love the helmet shuffle, you know, where the football hides under the helmet. I think that's our biggest hit.
The fan experience doesn't just mean what happens in the stadium. It means what train do they get on, how do they get to the stadium, and then what happens when they get off the train. How do they know that they're coming to an NFL event? So we tend to go the extra mile, and we're out on the street, we brand the street. We have over 150 brand ambassadors that are meeting fans at the station, pointing them in the right direction, signage as to which way is their best route to the stadium, talking to them about what to expect when they get there. And then they come in to the welcome zone that is dedicated to the NFL. So this year we got involved with Harry & Gay Council. We work with a lot of the businesses that happen to sit right at the footprint of the stadium and try to incorporate some of the local culture, the local establishments into their day. So we take care of it to make sure that there's no question that's gone unanswered. And when you come to the game, you actually feel like, okay, I planned my experience, I know what I want to do, and I'm going to have a great day.
One of the differences between this stadium and, say, a stadium in the United States, there's usually a lot more parking around a stadium in the United States for that tailgating type of atmosphere. So what the NFL has done is close the roads for a longer duration of time than what would be for a Spurs game, but then allow the fans to be able to have that tailgating type of atmosphere prior to the game here. So they've taken a lot of that experiential matters from the United States and have applied it to the experience here in the UK. So even knowing there's not a lot of parking around the stadium, they're still getting that same sort of experience overall. So a lot of that ingrained NFL pre-game activity, tailgating, all that is transformed over to the UK.
The stadium team here has been just remarkable. They have a beautiful facility and they have a tremendous number of resources here dedicated to having a fan-friendly experience that is a safe experience. So that team has been great. One of the things that I find most fascinating about the job that I have is the ability to interact with other cultures, with other people, with this whole diversity element that just adds so much value to the NFL game experience. So it's not just the diversity of people, but it's the diversity of the approach to planning, for instance, on the security side. The law enforcement and the fire brigade and the ambulance service here operates much differently than it does in cities in the United States. So there are nuances to that planning that impacts our emergency preparedness and our ability to deliver the games in a safe way. That's just challenging and different and unique and nuanced over what we see with some of the other planning we do.
There are two things that we work with teams. One is a bubble of excellence around the travelling party and constant movement. You're making sure that they're knowing where they're going, they're safe in being able to go in that direction. Very much like when you watch a game and, you know, the best refereed games, you can't even remember who the referee was. It's the same with, oh, I didn't even know that the security people were around. Well, that's the beauty of it. If they've done a great job, you don't need to know that they were around because they've done their job.
Everything we do is about making sure the fans have the best experience, that true NFL experience when they come to the stadium, which is different, I think, from domestic sports in that sense.
I think we have a great product to put on here. I think we have a great fan base here. I think there's an electricity in the International Series games that doesn't exist with some of the other games. So I think it's going to be a great experience.
For me, it starts when the team suddenly pulls up and they walk in the building, and then you get that buzz of the athletes being here, and then it's okay, everyone's here, let's put the game on.
Dolphins going to win today, you better remember it. Remember I told you.
This is the second consecutive week that the NFL has been in this stadium. In the stadium, we can attest, is beautiful.
After a one-year hiatus, the Jaguars return to London. It's Urban Meyer and the Jags versus the Miami Dolphins.
And then the game kicks off.
Waddle, and he's got the touchdown. A great strike by Tagovailoa. It's a 6-yard touchdown throw, and the Dolphins score on their first possession. It is there. The pass is long to the end zone. It's caught by Marvin Jones. In a touchdown pass right before halftime by Trevor Lawrence.
So second game we had Rudimental, totally different experience, and they did a live show, great excitement, really got the crowd going. I felt that was the most energetic halftime show we've ever had.
Feeling good, man. Excited for the show. Can't wait, you know. Halftime shows are crazy.
I've been here for football games before. I've never seen the NFL setup. And it turns out the first one we're going to see, we're going to play at.
Well, just finished sound check. I'll be honest with you, it sounds absolutely banging. Can't wait to start performing in front of you guys.
Yes! NFL London, how we doing? Who's ready for Rudimental right now?
Yeah, you know what that is true. I can feel the love. Can you feel it too? I can feel it all.
Who's ready to win for Rudimental right now?
No one there. No one there.
Wait for it! Wait for it!
Thank you. We love you. Peace.
Yeah, it was great. Great time. Thank you.
Rudimental got the crowd going at halftime, and I think the momentum sustained itself throughout the rest of the half. Certainly the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Miami Dolphins kept that going for us.
Tagovailoa, he play fake, drops the throw. Looking, fires deep downfield. That ball's going to be picked off by Nevin Lawson. What a job in the secondary. Brings it back inside the 40-yard line. Nevin Lawson, the cornerback, picked it off for Jacksonville, and the Jaguar defense takes it right back.
Great execution by Jacksonville to set up what is now a 53-yard potential game winner.
To win it, it's away, and he got it! He got it! Jacksonville wins and ends the second longest losing streak in NFL history.
Feels great, feels great. Jags win, baby.
That was huge.
How's that feel?
Felt amazing, bro. It was much needed.
Nobody could have predicted that ending, which was amazing, and I think it was, I'd say it was equivalent to a Super Bowl winning game with the players running on the field, and just all of that excitement was a tremendous experience. Great way to finish out 2021, given all the challenges we've had.
That's what the NFL is this year, everywhere. Games are coming down to the end. We got to see that here. The games are so competitive, and it's coming down to a lot of close kicks. So it was just unbelievable to experience. I think the fans lit up. It was something, if you weren't there, you're gonna get a ticket, because next year you don't want to miss anything like that.
Oh, it was unbelievable. All the fans, I mean, it was packed. I haven't seen a stadium that packed since before COVID, so it was really cool. The fans were super engaged. It was a really cool experience, something I've never been a part of. So, I'm excited. I love that the Jags play this game at least one every year. So I'm excited to come back, and the fans were awesome. So thank you guys, all the Jags fans and all the American football fans in London. Appreciate y'all.
There's still a lot to do once we finish the games. Obviously, we have to get the teams out safely.
I head down to the airport before the team arrives. First of all, I make sure they get out of the locker room, they collect their food, then they go and get on a bus, or we have a waiting area. Once their buses start to move, I then walk quickly back to a car and beat them to the airport. So I tend to get there maybe 15 minutes before they do. And I have to make sure everything's ready for when they arrive, from a security standpoint, and to make sure they're ready so that when the guys come in, the process in terms of going through customs and having their luggage and all that stuff checked is as smooth as it can be. Once I get that wheels are up, I'm like,
We heard rumors of another team that left a player behind who lost a passport, so that didn't happen, so that's good in our mind if we can get everybody here and back safely.
We really take the error out of it. The passports are really never in the guy's hand. When we arrive at the airport, we'll have somebody set up in front of Customs Immigrations to hand it out. They'll pass through. On the other side, we'll have operations or security there to collect it back. And that's just to make sure nothing gets lost when we look to return home after the game, that we're not going to have issues trying to track down a passport.
We sold out both games. I think it was over 120,000 people across both games. So those are huge numbers for us. They're huge numbers for Tottenham.
So we do the reconciliation at the end of the games because we'll look at making sure that we improve on what we did, and we will make sure that the teams that played, both those that win and obviously those that go home and have a very long journey home having lost, then we find out what we did right, what we did wrong, and how we can make improvements. So we're always looking to improve.
As busy as these last 2 weeks are, I miss it already. It was intense, but that's what we want. We want to have a movement out here. We want to take over. We want every day of the week to be filled with the NFL, the atmosphere, the events, everything, and then the culmination of the games, which have been great. So I'm missing it already. I can't wait till next year. I can't wait till more games. I know it's a lot of hard work that comes with it that I don't have to do, but I appreciate everybody who does it so we can go out there and see an amazing event, which is the NFL in the UK.
There's no reason why we won't return to more games next year. Obviously now we have the 4 games that have been decided by the owners going forward over the next 8 years, so guarantees of high standard games and a commitment to play 2 games a year here at Tottenham. But then after that there may be the volunteering of sides to play at Wembley, such as the Jags, who have a long-term relationship with the fans in the United Kingdom. So we're hopeful we'll have those 4 games in the United Kingdom going forward. We're sitting here in the UK office. Obviously there have been games here since 2007. There's been a very large focus, for good reason, on the UK, and the growth of the sport here has been outstanding through our partners, Sky, BBC, etc., who've helped us grow the sport. But we're also looking to grow in other markets and exploit the growth that's already there in places like Germany. And we're analysing other markets and doing some projective analysis to work out which are the other European markets that are going to provide and drive that growth for the NFL across the area. And always people say, oh, so you're now going to focus on Germany, you're going to forget London. And so, no, London is a powerhouse for us in Europe. It's the European home of the NFL. So the rest is additive, not to detract or subtract from the UK market, which is hugely important for us.
We've had 30 games. 31 of the teams have travelled to London. I think, wow, it's incredible, but you know, we're all looking forward to the 31st game and the 32nd and the 33rd as we go on, and each time we're trying to get a little bit better.
This year's games are over and they're behind us now, and obviously we're planning for next year, and there's some big events. We're obviously headed towards the playoffs, Super Bowl and so on, so there's a lot of excitement left in this season, but there's no question that what really gets this office going and what really gets this office working at its very best is these games that happen in London, because that brings us closest to the fans, it brings us closest to what we're here for, which is to grow new fans for the sport. So everyone gets incredibly excited and motivated at the prospect of more games with more teams next year in London. So it's a really exciting prospect.